Do they think we live in North Korea or something? Let's begin. Well, brace yourselves for a journey into the bazaar, where the whims of carbon emissions might soon dictate our holiday plans. Gone are the days, it seems, where our only travel limitations were budget constraints and the need to take time off work. Now, of course, the holiday gods are conspiring to introduce a new problem to our adventures: carbon allowances. I mean, picture this. You're busy plotting your next escape, envisioning the sandy beaches and exotic locations. But suddenly, there's a twist in the tale. Your brilliant holiday is no longer your decision to make, and is shackled by what's ominously known as personal carbon allowance. It's like the universe's way of saying, sorry, but you've had your fair share of fun. And according to the prophecy of intrepid travel, these carbon allowances could take the form of passports. This is right, passports that will do more than just grant you entry to a foreign country. They'll also control your carbon expenditure. And by 2040, they predict that we might be issued a quota on how much we're permitted each year. It's like going on an all-you-can-eat buffet, and just when you're eyeing up the dessert, someone says, "Sorry, you've had enough ice cream, sunshine." And get this, the report also warns that we'll be forced to forgo the horizon-expanding experiences so readily embraced by today's tourists. In simpler terms, those life-changing journeys that you've been dreaming of, well, they might soon be replaced by carbon rationing charts and even travel restrictions. And if anything, it's kind of like trying to savour a fine wine, but being told you can only take one sip. But the thing is, the report suggests that some traditional hotspots like Greece and Mallorca could become too hot to handle, quite literally. So, where should you go instead to escape the heat? Apparently cooler places like Belgium, Slovenia and Poland will be the new go-to spots. Forget skipping cocktails by the Mediterranean, it's about sipping hot chocolate in the Baltics now. And just when you thought that things couldn't get any more stupid, we're introduced to things called travel transformers, who are destined to spark the rise of something called regenerative travel. That's right, regenerative travel, and if anything it sounds like some sort of sci-fi concept, doesn't it, where I'm guessing they probably want you to travel back in time to, I don't know, save the planet, before carbon emissions or whatever else they want to dream of became a thing. But Daniel Wade, co-founder and chairman of Intrepid Travel, boldly declares, tourism must evolve and become regenerative, as the current model is unsustainable. Well, Daniel, to be honest, I think you're wrong. And if anything, it makes me wonder if you're a bit jealous of people actually going on nice holidays, or maybe, just maybe, your only holiday, I don't know, might be going to your back bedroom with a box of tissues, if you know what I mean. Something called the Future Laboratory, not to be outdone of course, envisions Generation Alpha, supporting carbon footprint trackers on their smartphones, miraculously logging every Uber ride and plane journey. It's like a high-stakes game, isn't it, of guess the carbon emission at the supermarket checkout. Sorry man, but you've exceeded your weekly carbon allowance on avocados. The thing is though, I could be wrong, but I can't ever remember hearing about carbon problems or whatever else when I was growing up. And of course, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't trees and things like that actually breathe in carbon dioxide? And if so, what's the problem about it? Either way though, the future of travel, if anything, is looking about as predictable as a tourist trying to fold a map in a gust of strong wind. But anyway, the article says that a recent survey of 2,000 UK adults commissioned by Advantage Travel Partnership, a network of independent travel agents, indicated that 70% of people aged 18 to 24 say they are somewhat or very likely to adjust the time of year they travel as a result of changing weather patterns. Sebastian Ebel, chief executive of travel company TUI, has also predicted that more holidaymakers will opt for cooler destinations and times of the year when the temperature is not at its highest. He said the company will put more focus on locations such as the Nordics, Belgium and the Netherlands. Well, it looks like there's a new type of shoplifters in town, stealing toilet paper with all the subtlety of a marching band in a library. Yes, that's right, bog-roll theft has reached such staggering heights that supermarkets are resorting to slapping security tags on the precious rolls. I mean, just imagine this, minding your own business, casually strolling through Tesco's Express, you see a 4-pack of Andrex, apparently worth just £3.75, which in my opinion is quite expensive for bog-roll, but even so, are you just going to start slapping security tags on everything over £3 or something? I mean, how long will it actually be before we've got to wait ages in the queue for the checkout operator to remove tags or whatever else of every item before we're allowed to go? So why have they suddenly decided to do this? Well, apparently the shoplifting rate in South London is on par with the heist movie plot. Meaning, of course, if the checkout operator misses to deactivate one tag or sticker or whatever, no doubt the alarms are going to be blaring out loud all day with the amount of false alarms that they may get. And apparently one unfortunate customer in Bromley shared their experience saying, "We only realised there were tags when we left the store and the alarms went off. It was quite embarrassing." And therefore, to be honest, I don't know about you, but I can only imagine the shock of suddenly becoming the star in your very own bog-roll theft movie. I mean, think about it. They'll probably think twice before shopping there again. But here's the thing, when even toilet paper needs its own security tags, I mean, hasn't the world taken some sort of turn for the absurd? I mean, we've gone from bank robbers to bog-roll bandits. But that's not all. Apparently shoplifting is on the rise, thanks in part to the ever-increasing cost of living. And guess who's been named as an accomplice in this mischief? TikTok, apparently. The modern-day equivalent to a criminal mastermind, it seems, encouraging people to engage in supermarket shenanigans, with some videos on there, and if anything, it seems like social media has become a new underground theft playing hub. But of course, let's not forget the criminal gangs who are now treating shoplifters like personal shoppers, ordering up alcohol, baby formula, confectionery, and of course, meat in bulk. It's like they turned shoplifting into a subscription service or something, isn't it? "I'll take 2 cases of beer and a box of nappies, please. Oh, and a side of beef as well." But in the grand scheme of things, England and Wales has seen a jaw-dropping 24% increase in shoplifting offences in the last year. And where is the shoplifting epicentre, you ask? Well, none other than Bromley, the very place where toilet paper alarms are as common as street signs. It's like they've turned shoplifting into Olympic sport, isn't it? And Bromley is going for gold. But anyway, the article says that the co-op has put empty coffee jars on shelves, leaving customers having to ask for the real deal if they want to make a purchase. And honey, steak and cheese have been locked up or had tags added to their packaging. Bog-roll bandits first resurfaced in 2020 when hoarders stockpiled loo roll as COVID-19 hit, and some tried to sell this surplus onto others at sky-high prices, as of course fears of shortages swept the nation. They returned in March 2023 after a report came out of a possible toilet paper crisis due to a new EU law banning products linked to forest fuelling. And of course, the cost of living crisis has turned the bandits into thieves, and Tesco's has not responded to a request for comment. Well, hold on to your hats, because this story could give James Bond a run for his martini money. Picture this: Gavin Plumb, your friendly neighbourhood security guard, decides to moonlight as a criminal mastermind. His alleged plan to kidnap and murder none other than the beloved TV star Holly Willoughby. Now, you know, of course, I'm no expert in schemes, but I'm pretty sure that kidnapping someone who's to many a national treasure isn't the best career move. But of course, this gets even more dramatic, doesn't it? Because Plumb didn't tackle this dastardly deed alone. No, he allegedly conspired with a man from the US to snatch Holly, as if they were planning the crime of the century via Skype. I mean, just imagine it. "Hi there, buddy, do you fancy a little transatlantic kidnapping adventure?" Let's just talk about Plumb's so-called restraint kit. I mean, it supposedly contained chloroform, cable ties, a blindfold, ropes, and a partridge in a pear tree, I'm guessing. It's almost the order of the sinister starter pack from the world's creepiest online store. Maybe, who knows, he could have had dreams of becoming a kidnapping influencer on TikTok or something like that. Hashtag kidnapping goals, probably. And of course, he's therefore charged with soliciting to commit murder and incitement to commit kidnap. Like he's probably tried to audition for the next season of Criminal Minds or something like that. And according to the alleged offence, he didn't just stop at soliciting. No, he encouraged, persuaded and endeavoured to persuade and even proposed to murder Holly. It's as if he was creating some sort of PowerPoint presentation on how to fail at life, Kidnap Edition. And let's not forget that Plum apparently encouraged his American accomplice to hop on a transatlantic flight for this horrible deed. You can just imagine a conversation at customs, can't you? "So what's the purpose of your visit, sir?" "Oh, nothing, just a little bit of kidnapping mayhem, you know, the usual." In the end, though, Plum has been remanded into custody and was in court the other day. The good news is, though, that Plum was caught, arrested, and has had his first appearance in court, but has got another one at Chelmsford Crown Court on November the 3rd. I mean, what's he going to try to do to get out of this? Probably kidnap the judge as well. But anyway, the article says that Holly, 42, was forced to pull out of hosting this morning yesterday and was replaced by Alison Hammond. Show bosses were informed shortly before she was due to go on air, and Holly was left shocked and distraught after the alleged kidnap plan was exposed by police. And to be honest, I can't say I blame her. The mum of 3 is under police guard at the home she shares with husband Dan Baldwin. A spokesman for ITV says that this news has come as a huge shock to everyone at This Morning and ITV. "We are providing all the support we can to Holly and her family at this incredibly distressing time. Officers are understood to have found chloroform cable ties, a blindfold and ropes at Plum's home in Harlow, and believe it could be part of a kidnap and restraint kit." To be honest, what is also quite worrying is the type of ULEZ in this video, which, to be honest, could be following you around and finding you for it.